Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler, the Geek Slays, and welcome back to the Scuffed As Podcast.
Welcome back to the Scuffed As Podcast.
Episode 77. Fuckhead's back.
Hi.
Apparently he's tired. He hasn't
tired.
done the sleep yet. Because he's not smart.
It's not my fault. It's my only day off. I had to get shit bought.
Yeah, but if you go to bed at a normal time, you wake up at 3, you could have been in town by 4. Nothing's closed at 4.
We'll see. You wanted to do the podcast, so...
Yeah, but I came in with the assumption that we were doing it this evening.
Well, I have a cornhole tournament after this.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Yeah, so
are you going to get any sleep?
Nope.
No?
Not till later tonight.
You need a coffee? An energy coffee drink?
I got AJ's.
Did you just break your cup?
Just broke my straw.
Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. It's only been like, what, a month since your last recording?
Yeah.
June 25th, and today is July 28th, because we're recording this early because...
Oh!
What?
Dustin even forgot.
Forgot what?
Today is our 4-year, 8th month.
Who gives a shit?
I just like to bring it up.
Like, I get like...
After the podcast, I'm going to message her and be like, oh, happy 4-year, 8 month, by the way.
Okay,
And
so...
I'm gonna pretend like I'm all offended, like, you forgot.
That shit's fucking stupid. First of all, nobody gives a fuck how many months it is.
I seriously don't give a fuck, but she likes...
Happy 2-month anniversary. Shut the fuck up. I've taken shits longer than that. Calm down.
What? See, my thing is, it's like, so after like your 3 years or something, you start counting by months.
Why?
Because you never know when one of the other one's gonna kill each other. So another month is a big accomplishment.
So when does she leave for college?
The 16th.
Ooh, getting close to being all alone. How you gonna handle that?
Well, it's gonna be fucking horrible. For one, I'm going to Sturgis apparently, which I just found out this 2 days ago.
Where the fuck are you going to Sturgis?
Because my parents said I'm coming with, I guess. I don't fucking know.
So you can't take off to come to TwitchCon, because I can't get that much time off work, but you can get time off to go to fucking Sturgis?
Well, I'm only getting 2 days off.
I feel like that's all you'd need to go to TwitchCon. Oh, you would have needed, because you're already off on Saturday and Sunday.
So that's what I'm taking Thursday.
You're already
and
off
Friday
Wednesday,
off.
which would have been the day we'd fly out.
And
then you'd have to
I
take
was
Thursday
able to
Friday.
get Monday off too, because
Smart.
Monday's my brother's birthday, and Destiny's moving up to Laramie, and there's no way in hell she's getting all her shit in her car. So
Right.
So she needed my truck. She's like, are you going to be able to get 16th off? And I was like, oh, fuck, totally forgot about that.
So,
because it's been like a month since we talked about it, you know?
Right.
And she's like, oh, well, if you can't, that's fine. I'm like, no, I'm going to want that Monday off anyway, because
it's going to be a long weekend.
it's going to be a long fucking weekend. Going to see a lot of girls with nipple tassels, though. So
The other thing is, because I just got a truck, I'm worried now about how many people are going to ask me to help them do shit.
It's
Because you got a
stupid.
truck, so now...
It's ridiculous.
Now we're calling you. It's like, fuck me, dude.
Can you come pull me out? It's like, why didn't you drive high side, jackass? Hey, I need help moving a couch. Can you come help me move a couch?
Okay.
Buy a fucking truck.
The good thing for me is most of my friends have a truck. Even if it's Greg's and it feels more like a car with a bed on it.
Yeah.
It still has a bed that can hold shit. I think
Yeah.
the bed on his truck's just as long as it is on mine.
Yeah.
It's just... the truck itself is about this big.
Yeah.
That's
that does happen a lot. If you have a truck, my
You get
girlfriend is
called.
my girlfriend is really bad about that. Anytime she needs something moved, it's, can you come help me? Or you have a truck. I can't get it. I'm like, what?
Buy a truck!
Well, not only that, it's like, you have a trunk, just don't close the trunk. You're only moving it 10 feet anyway, usually, so...
Oh, jeez. Fair. That's another thing I've never understood, though. My biggest thing is, I have this issue of, like, if I ask people for help with, like, when you came and helped me build shit. You know, I got you food, I got you drinks, we hung out, you know, whatever. Don't come ask me to do shit for you and then be like, all right, cool, see you later.
Right.
Excuse me, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Wasted a ton of gas and a ton of time, and you're just like, cool, thanks. When are you gonna come help me do shit? Fucking never.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing about me, though. Like, if I need your help, you come pull me out.
Yeah.
Next time, it might be you, and I would.
Right.
Okay, if I'm not fucking, working or some shit.
That's the other thing is, depending on who it is, oh, well, just like with you can call me and be like, hey, I need your help doing stuff.
It helps we only live a mile from each other.
Well,
as a crow flies.
That's fair. Like, if I need him to come over quickly and help me do something, he can be here in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Sometimes faster if I don't get stopped by a fucking train.
Oh my god! But that
every time,
every time I go to your house,
there's only 3 trains that come through a day, and I always get fucking caught by one of them.
Dude, even when I go to your house, if I come home, I'm stopped by the train. It's like, what the fuck? How does that work? Oh, God.
They're not consistent either. That's what drives me nuts. I try to time it. It's like, well, this came through here last night at such and such time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm coming through this time. Nope, the fuck got me. It doesn't help that now they're extra large trains.
Right.
They got 2 engines in the front and a full train, 2 more engines and then another full train, and then 2 engines in the back.
Yeah.
So when you get stopped, you're there for 15 minutes or more, depending on how fast they're going.
Yeah.
So like right now, they're barely fucking moving because it's so hot here.
Yeah.
That
it's fucking. What
it's
is
toasty.
it right now?
Well, my truck says 105.
My phone says 97.
And I hate that fucking weather app. But
the Weather Channel weather app?
Yeah. Is that the Weather Channel?
Yeah, the Weather Channel.
Oh. Oh, it's just different because it's a different phone.
Yeah, it's because, it just looks different. But yeah. Also, the air quality is 54. That's not ideal.
That's not ideal. Well, that's all the fucking smoke and shit.
I was going to say, it could be so much worse, but it's not ideal.
Yeah. It was worse the other day. It was like fucking 44 or 43 or something like that.
Yeah, there's too much smoke up here.
Yeah, too many fires. Well, when it's 100 and some degrees and you get a 60-mile-an-hour crosswind, that we have stuff up here called cheatgrass, and it's literally worse than throwing a match into diesel.
Well, yeah, because a match into diesel probably isn't going to do anything. A match doesn't burn hot enough to spark diesel.
Okay, so an oil-diesel mix. There we go. If you really want it to burn, you mix it with a little oil.
Oh, God.
But, yes, muy caliente.
So we don't talk much anymore, because I don't know if you actually knew, but I have an actual stream schedule now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me that. You were like, it's my second day, and I was on time, and I'm proud of myself.
Right?
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, well, okay. I was late yesterday, because I was up until fucking 10 a.m. trying to work on spark plugs on that truck. Because it wasn't actually an issue with the spark plug. We didn't have the special socket for the spark plug for my truck.
Deep well.
With the magnet in it, so it'll hold it.
Getting buzzed.
New phone? Oh, no, not new phone.
Girlfriend.
Yeah, she can wait.
Yeah. I told her I was coming over here to fucking...
Jesus Christ. You tell her all the time. So we didn't have the special socket, so we rigged one up with... So we took the spring out of an old coil and put it in one of the sockets so it would hold the spark plug. Mm-hmm. Well, we got the spark plug down in the hole, removed the wrench, and the spring came off with it. So it didn't fall down in the motor, but it fell off the spark plug next to it in the hole.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get the wrench on it to tighten it down. You can't pull it out because then the spring is going to fall in the motor, and fuck, that's going to be a bitch.
Right.
So...
Yeah, that's why you need those long surgical needle nose pliers. And
the problem is it was all the way back on 4.
Yeah.
So it's angled the wrong way. So we can't see where it is to try to get it out.
Was it metal, though?
Yeah.
Get a magnet.
Right. Well, we didn't have one with us, so he went down to go find one, and he passed out. I was trying to stay up to wait for him. It got to be like 11:30. I'm like, fuck, I'm too tired. So I just decided, fuck it, I'm going to try to take a nap. Laying in bed, and all of a sudden I hear my phone Rena called me 40 times, didn't hear it. Spencer called me on Facebook though. He's like, "Hey, you're late for your stream." I'm like, "Fuck." Okay,
shit.
I'll be on in a minute. I was tired.
Like me right now?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Just about, yeah.
Of like spending money and then...
So how's the bar doing?
I've been slow last few days. Real slow. Only making $50-$60.
Yeah, that's still better than
something, but
still better than a punch in the dick.
It's not good enough when you have a gambling addiction now.
You really do.
But it's fun.
To get your coronavirus shot?
No. Looks like it though. Maybe.
Nope, my phone doesn't stick.
Pretty sure it's not phones that stick to it, it's magnets.
It's has a magnet in it.
Well, for your...
No, like an actual magnet that no other phone has. Like a circle right here and then a line right here. It's MagSafe for charging. I just bought a
Well, that's why I said it was for your charger, was what I was going to say.
But I just bought a MagSafe phone mount for my truck. So it just magnets up on the thing. Wonder, because of all the dirt roads, I wonder how long it's going to take for it to fall and break.
Couple days, probably.
Like my fucking driveway? Yeah.
My phone shipped. It should be here within either tomorrow or the next day.
Ooh, hopefully. New phone.
So new phone. I can actually get on Twitch.
We can get you on Twitter?
Why Twitter?
It's time for you to have a social media presence, my friend.
I have a social media presence.
You don't.
TikTok.
That you don't use. When's the last time you posted? Oh, fuck. When's the last time you posted?
Maybe you should look. Crackhead.
It was like a week ago, right? Or did you post today? Today. And I didn't see it. Oh.
You did see it.
In the last 30 minutes. Yeah, that's not fair. What are you... A pond. Woo, pond.
Well, I built the pond, okay?
But the pond's been there for fucking 10 years.
Well, it's been there for like a year and a half, but we finally got it so that the water can run. We got a new pump in it.
It recirculates finally?
Yeah. So we got a new pump and everything. Got the concrete. It's all good now. I just thought it looked good, and then I got distracted by
ducks.
Quackers. Too big as guy.
Racist.
Quackers?
Your ducks are assholes, my guy.
Why?
On the 4th of July, when I went over to your house, the ducks tried to attack my car.
Oh.
They thought they were big and tough. I pulled up, my car's still running, and they're just charging at it. Ah!
What? No, they like to get under the vehicles.
Why?
I have no idea.
Dumbasses.
They just love it.
You know how bad I would have
started up though, and they take off running. But
you know how bad I would have felt if I killed one of your ducks. I also would have been
you
like,
should have seen me a few days ago. I took about 6 of the drakes and fucking wrung their necks.
Why?
Because we had too many drakes.
Oh.
And I decided I wanted to have duck for dinner.
Oh.
What happens on a farm?
Well, this video's demonetized.
We murder and eat our animals.
I've always loved that. You want to have a steak so bad, go shoot the cow yourself.
Okay.
I bet.
You want me to look him in the eye when I do it too?
I'll pet him while I'm doing it. I don't give a fuck.
Usually the cow I shoot's a dickhead anyway.
Right?
There's only 2 reasons you'll get slaughtered as a cow on our fucking place. It's either A, you're a dickhead.
Or you're old.
Or B, you're old. Or C, you're too stubborn to get laid and have a child. So.
Or you're not sick, but, I don't know, broke a leg or something stupid.
Yeah, well, even those usually will... It depends on how they heal.
That's what I mean.
If they don't heal properly, then we'll fatten them up or something. And
what you gotta do? The only meat I've ever had an issue with is veal.
Veal?
Yeah. It's the baby cow that they never let get strong enough to stand up. That one I have a problem with.
Yeah. It's like eating a fetus.
Right? That one to me is just like, but...
I mean, it's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I've had it before. But...
Sure, but it's not something I go out of my way to have.
Yeah.
I'd much
If somebody says, oh, we're having veal tonight, I'm going to be like, all right. But I'm not going to... If somebody says, well, if you want to have this cow or if you want to have this over here, this baby calf, I'm going to be like, I'll take the cow.
Right? I'll take the big one.
I'll take the one that's going to be more than 10 bites for me.
That too, yeah. But I'm sorry, if you cook a fillet right, it's gonna be just as tender as the veal. I don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah.
Now, the issue is a lot of people can't cook their own fucking steaks.
Well,
and if you like your steak well done, stop eating steak. Go
Yeah.
buy jerky.
no.
Fuck you.
So my thing is you can't tell me that you know what good steak is if you've never cooked your own steak. If you
Right.
go to steakhouses and, well, I know what good steak is because I went to Texas Roadhouse and had steak. No, you haven't. You've never had.
Don't get me wrong. Texas Roadhouse
Come to my
makes a
place.
good
We're gonna
steak,
learn you.
right?
You're gonna learn today.
Like, yeah, Texas Roadhouse makes a good steak. That's
Yeah,
fine.
That's
But
fine. If you don't feel like cooking your own steak,
my biggest thing
You want
is
a steak,
give me the
it's fine.
same cuts of meat that they have.
Mhm.
Because here in our stores, you end up buying a New York strip that has a giant fucking tendon running through it, and it's fucking terrible.
well, I've bought steaks that say T-bone or sirloin, and I swear up and down it's not what they fucking said it is.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, this is not the right cut of meat. I swear, doesn't even look right. The color's wrong.
right.
The
Marbling is weird.
honestly, the muscle layout, because you always have the fat layers and stuff.
Yeah.
The muscle layout does not look right,
right.
but you're still buying it for the same fucking price,
Right.
even though it's probably a piece of fucking rump roast or some shit.
Well, like last year, we had that issue where they were taking their steaks and cutting them in half, basically. So you'd pay the same price as you normally would for a New York strip, but it would be, an eighth of an inch thick for some reason. It's like, what the fuck is this? How am I supposed to cook this right? Because 10 seconds on both sides, it's well done. Fuck you.
Well, and last year during Christmas, the last Christmas, I guess,
Yeah.
going to Wheatland's
Safeway? Yeah, I hate
So
that.
Mom sent me there to pick up the frickin' ribeyes, right?
Did you get a ribeye or like a prime rib roast?
Or she wanted prime rib, and
Same thing, technically, just one's pre-cut. That's the only difference.
right. But they had another. It looked like a rack of ribs, basically.
Yeah.
And it had ribeye on it and a fucking fortune for the price, And I'm like, this is not ribeye. And the guy, you have the doors right there next to the meat or whatever that these guys are going in and out, and they're
Yeah.
stocking the meat because the meat's going really quickly. And I'm like, I think you got the tags wrong on this one. This is not ribeye. He says, yes, it is. I cut the meat myself. That's ribeye. I was like, no, it's not. He says, yes, it is. And I was like, all right. So I bought 4 of them and brought them home, laid them on the counter. Mom walks up and goes, these aren't ribeye.
I fucking know,
I was like,
bitch.
I knew it. I know. But it says ribeye on it, and that guy would not. I argued with him for like 5 minutes saying that this is not ribeye. He said, she's like, well, what'd you pay for it? I said, well, I paid ribeye prices. And she's like, well, I'm pretty sure you just got like a rack of ribs or some shit. She's
Pretty
like,
much.
whatever it is, it's not fucking ribeye.
You know what I want, though, honestly? When you go to Texas Roadhouse, they have the meat counter there like a grocery store.
Can I just buy the steak
Right.
not cooked?
Can I buy 4 fillets from you, not cooked? I'll pay the cooked price. I don't
Right.
give a fuck. Just because I know that the cut of meat is actually right and good.
Right, yeah. And that's the reason. That's what. There's one crucial thing that they do that makes or breaks a steak to me,
Yep.
and that is their steaks are room temperature,
Yep. You have to...
or
bring
not
it-
necessarily room temperature, but they're thawed out. So when they
You're
throw their
supposed to let your steak get up to room
yeah,
temperature before
let
you
your
cook
steak
it.
get to room temperature before you cook them. And a lot of people are like, "Well, that's not healthy. You're gonna
You're
cook
gonna
it.
cook it.
If you get it up to the right temperature, you're killing off any bacteria. And even at that, if especially if it's a steak that came from our farm,
Right.
you know, if I slaughtered that cow myself and made the steaks myself, I would eat that steak fucking raw at room temperature. I'm not scared.
No.
You know, when I cook my steaks, I mean, I barely do much cooking. I mean, I like mine pretty.
I like mine
Rare.
more medium rare.
I mean, I like
'Cause,
medium rare.
You
but,
saw the steak I sent you the one night that
Yeah.
Kevin cooked. I'm sorry, that's a little too
but
rare
that's the thing.
for
You
me.
don't know where that meat came from.
That's like
If
at a
I know where my
restaurant,
meat came from, like when I shoot an elk,
Right.
I know where that meat came from. I know I processed it correctly. I know it didn't get mixed up with a whole bunch of other shit.
Right. If I'm out at a restaurant, I want no less than medium rare. Just because I want to make sure the shit's cooked right. Because where the fuck?
That's why I say to people, you know, when they want it, they come up to me and they say, "Well, what do you recommend for, you know, meats and stuff like that? And what prices are good?" And I said, honestly, what I recommend is,
Buy a rifle and go shoot something?
well, no, but like if they want beef,
Yeah.
get a group of 4 or 5 people.
Go buy a cow.
Go show up to your local rancher and say, "Hey, I want to buy a cow to slaughter from you," and they'll be like, "Sure."
Right?
And most times it's gonna be 1,000
so
times
much
cheaper
better.
in the end.
Yeah.
You'll get way more meat, and you know where that meat came from.
The biggest issue is a lot of idiots have a problem with freezing their food because they think it ruins it. If you package it right before you put it in the freezer, it's gonna be fine. No, you can't just put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fucking freezer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. Most of our meat ends up in the freezer just because we don't have time to cook it. And instead of letting it go bad, we'll put it in there and cook it later. Tastes the exact same. If you actually, you know, if I'm going to cook the steaks that are in the freezer right now, I'm going to go put them in the fridge right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow night, you know, at like 3 o'clock, I'm going to set them out on the counter till whenever I'm ready to cook them. And they're going to taste the exact same.
I miss our the old slaughterhouse we had in the Torrington.
Well, back when, Kelly Pack,
No,
because Kelly's
the one that
actually...
just burned down.
Oh, I never went in there.
Yeah, it was the.
But do you remember way back in the day?
Yeah,
Kelly's
I remember. But
that's why everybody swears.
But I
by
miss
Kelly's
those because I used to show up and, you know, they slaughter a lot of cows, you know.
Yeah.
But they do all the processing and all that stuff there, and they always have all of this stuff that's left over that nobody ever wants, like the liver.
Yeah, I can't do liver.
I'm not a big. I can have liver every once in a while, but I'm not a big liver fan. But I do crave it every once in a while.
I just can't do it.
It's just the iron in it that I crave. And then they have tongue, which my grandfather loved, and then heart. That's where it's at. The
Never had
heart
heart.
of a cow.
It's all just
and not
muscle.
only that, the heart's like, you know, freaking this big on a
Right.
cow. And I like to marinate them. I keep them whole, and I marinate them for 3-4 days, and then you stick them in the oven and slow bake them for like 6 hours. And
You need a smoker.
we've done that too. We've smoked them, and then you slow bake them in the oven after you smoke them and stuff. You get that nice little glaze on the outside.
Well, that's why you
But-
need like a smoker like ours, where you can just slow bake it on the smoker.
I have one, but it's easier to control
The oven. That's
the
fair.
oven than it is to control that smoker, especially when it's outside and the wind's blowing or something.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I've had that shit, and it's just pure meat. There's no fat. Like sometimes I crave fat, you know, a nice beef steak.
See,
But for me, sometimes I just want meat that doesn't have any fat to it. It's all lean meat. It's super tender if you cook it right.
that's why I'm
And
a
it's just,
filet guy, though.
Like it's to me it's almost better than a fillet because you put it in your mouth and you don't even have to chew. You just put it on your tongue and it like melts.
Let me cook you a filet. It does the same thing.
Right. Like
But-
if you can cook your steak if you can cut your steak with a spoon,
Right.
you know, you sit there and go like this, and that's
Yeah. See, but that's why I dislike fat very much. I get that, you know, in a New York, it's where all the flavor comes from. Not really.
Well, if you marinate it, that flavor's going to be in your meat.
You don't even need to marinate it,
Yeah.
even if
But
you can.
I just like the flavor of meat.
Right.
So I'm a meat eater.
Yeah. So it's like I will take a fillet, or even sometimes, like lately for my meals that I cook for the week, so I'll cook like my week's worth of meals and keep them in the fridge or whatever. Just been buying sirloins because they don't have the fucking fat. And the super lean meat's better for you anyway.
Well, and that's part of the reason why I like
less gross.
Yeah, that's why I like wild game so much.
Yep.
There's no fat. There's none fat whatsoever on wild game. Because all the fat that they have is not in their meat, or in they're all pure muscle mostly, and the fat that they do have is all connected to their hide. So when you skin them, all their fat comes off on their hide mostly. And what fat's left over is mostly on their brisket area. And unless, you get an elk or something, there's usually not very much muscle on the brisket area. Right. Because they're a wild animal. A lot of times they're fighters and they don't have muscle in the front because that's can get damaged. So, but you get most of that muscle off the shoulders, and there is some rib meat and stuff, but there's not really that much fat on the ribs either.
No.
It's mostly along
it's wild how different like an elk steak looks.
Yeah, and
especially if you've never seen one before, it is different.
Yep, and it is a different flavor too.
Very.
It's
which
super
also does. It also depends on where you get your animal from.
Right,
They'll have a very different flavor.
Their diet makes a big difference.
It really does.
So like here, a lot of people despise antelope. Every other person I meet, oh god, the only thing antelope's good for is jerky.
Nah, dude, antelope's the best.
Antelope is really good. A, if you know how to cook it.
Yeah.
B, depends on where you shoot it.
Yep.
If it's an old goat and it's been eating sagebrush, you're gonna get really gamey meat.
If it's been eaten. Yeah.
But I mean, I've shot antelope where we were like, all right, we're gonna make a lot of jerky out of this one.
Right.
But I've also shot antelope that. So I've had doe tags, and doe antelope are some of the best eating animals out there.
Yeah.
Because A, they don't get that testosterone, or they're not all bulked up, and
right.
They don't have that. They don't go through that rut basically, and so you don't get that problem with the meat there. But they're also the ones that I've shot came off of a hayfield.
Yeah.
And that made a big difference because they didn't have a super gamey, sagey flavor to them. And what?
That's weird. Somebody just followed my Twitch channel and we're not live.
Oh.
We still got the alert and stuff. That's just weird.
Oh, you're probably gonna get 3 trillion freaking
oh my
followers
god, get
again.
follow botted again.
You're not even doing anything and you're getting follow botted.
Dude, that was so fucking annoying. We weren't even doing anything. We couldn't get Blackout to work.
I know.
I think it is just a PlayStation thing at this point.
At this point, I think it's just our PlayStations.
Yeah.
If either one of us were to get a new PlayStation, I think it would be just fine.
Probably.
But at this point,
neither of us are getting a PlayStation until we can get a PS5.
I know we're gonna both end up having a PS5, and we're gonna be just fine after that, probably. So,
my biggest thing has been trying to decide: do I buy a PS5 or do I keep saving my money for a graphics card? Because I mean, at this point, more and more games are coming out with crossplay. Right. So it's also making me think: do I even need a fucking PlayStation?
Right.
Except for they have the Spider-Man games and the God of War games.
Oh yeah.
And
those are kind of need to play games.
So it's one of those, do I need to buy it?
So like, do I want to spend $500 on 2 games?
To play 2 games, basically. Or maybe over the life of the console 4. For me, it's a bigger question. But you don't already have a PC.
Right.
So you're not sitting there with do I make the PC better? Or do I go buy a console?
Right.
My biggest thing is, I wish I had the money so once I upgraded the graphics card, I wish I had the money to just buy another PC.
Give that one to me?
No. Because all of the problems that I'm actually having, honestly, I think are because I'm trying to run the stream and games.
So if you have a separate PC just to run the stream and then another one to run the game.
But still take probably like motherboard, CPU, GPU out of this computer and upgrade those 3 parts because they're the biggest need anyways. Because
if you isolate one or the other, if you got another one that was exactly like that and you were separating the loads on them, I think they would be just fine.
Oh, it would be great.
You wouldn't have to do anything, really.
That's what I want to do, only I think for my gaming PC. I'm going opposite of what I would have said 5 years ago. I would have said use Intel for gaming and then AMD for the streaming PC. I think I'm flipping that.
Why is that?
AMD has gotten so good lately. And Intel was so far ahead of AMD for a really long time. I love how we go from talking about meat to computers, but hey, welcome to the mind of dumbasses.
Yeah.
Intel got so far ahead, and then they started resting on their laurels and not doing any work to further the brand. So, like, every year a CPU would come out, and it's like, it's the same as last year, just maybe a megahertz faster on the... It's like, well... Because then AMD comes out with Zen 1, and it's like, ooh. AMD, they're not competitive on the top end yet, but there's potential here. Second generation of Zen 1 comes out, and it's like, they're improving. Interesting. At that point, it's like they're now winning the mid-range PC level. You can buy AMD cheaper at the mid-range, and it's going to run better for most things, except Intel's still a little faster at gaming. Third gen comes out, and it's like, dude, it's a tie. And then, second gen, like, Zen 2 came out, and then Zen 3 just came out, and it's like, nope, it's not close. Intel comes out with their new shit. It's the fastest gaming CPU. No, it's not. Not anymore.
Yeah, you might want to recheck your figures there, buddy.
You're slower, and you have less cores. So not only is AMD faster for gaming now, but it's still faster for, like, editing and rendering and actual work stuff. It's like, Intel, you're fucked. Yeah. Because you rested for so long, you're probably...
You just kicked your feet up thinking you'd won already, Kind of like the turtle and the hare story.
But the thing is, unless AMD does the same thing and they kick their feet up and think we've won, Intel won't catch up.
Right, yeah.
Because they waited so long that they're going to be 3 generations behind it. Maybe not, maybe Intel... Are we on 12th gen now? I think so. 12th gen Intel might come out and, it won't beat AMD probably, but maybe it'll be close and it'll be like, ooh. Because that's the best thing for any market is competition. That's why NVIDIA graphics cards, that card right there, the equivalent to it this generation, was $300 cheaper. Because AMD is competitive again, so NVIDIA can't just go, you'll pay whatever we say because you don't have another option.
Right.
AMD got competitive again, and they're, oh, fuck, okay, we'll play this game.
Right.
Which is the best thing for consumers.
It's just like having the dollar store in Guernsey. Everything's going down in price as far as
and it's
shelf prices because their dollar store shows up and everything's cheaper there, but it goes to the dollar store now.
Well, it's just like, phones. I will say I love Apple as much as possible, but I need Samsung and OnePlus and other brands to exist. Because otherwise, Apple could charge $10,000 for this phone. Because, what other option you got? Whether you like Apple or not, you also want Apple to exist because they need to have the competition to force Samsung to stay working and keep prices fair. Yes, prices are going up for both companies, but you can also see the reason why. You can see how much faster your new Samsung is than your current one.
Well, not only that, you go from my phone, which has, I think it's got 40 gigabytes. The new phone's going to have 128.
Yeah. My biggest thing is I don't use that. Like, if we go look at my storage...
Well, right. Most likely I will never use 128 gigabytes on my phone. But this phone runs out of fucking space all the time.
Yeah.
Just from the amount of pictures and videos I have on my phone. Because I'm an active person, I'm outdoorsy, and I like to take pictures and videos of everything I do.
That you do? Oh, fuck. I've used 95 of my 128 gigs.
Which
Interesting.
you probably got a whole bunch of apps and
Well,
all kinds of fucking videos
and then I have folders full of that.
yeah.
So yeah, I have a ton of stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
But
I just hope they can take all of my apps and all of my shit that I have on this phone and just download it right away on my new phone.
oh, are you gonna? Don't go into the store. That's such. Here's why. They are going to charge you $50 to do everything you could do yourself. And it'll be faster here because we have faster internet than they do at the store.
I have to go to the store to pick my phone up.
You dumb fucker. If you have to order it, make them send it to your house. Honest, God, Streamlabs has been fucky lately. See, it's frozen. It's not actually frozen, because you can still see me fucking slapping the bitch out of you, but... Time froze. Yeah, that was weird. It's been doing that lately.
Yeah.
It's fucky.
Well, all I'm saying is I really don't give a shit. Mom's paying for it anyway, so.
But my biggest thing is, when I get a new phone, first of all, I don't want it to have pictures and videos on it. Because I'm going to keep the old phone anyways.
Yeah, they're like, we'll give you $100 for your old phone.
No, fuck
Well,
that.
I kind of want to keep my old phone.
I like having old phones as backups
But
in case I fuck up something.
We'll see if they can get all the shit downloaded off of this phone, all my apps, so I don't have to fucking go through and...
See, but that's what I'm saying. I want to go through again, because how much of that shit do you not use anymore? You get to pick out the stuff of, oh, I was never using this.
See, I
I'm
never
not gonna read
downloaded any more shit that I don't use, really.
Oh, I did.
All the stuff I have on there is what I use.
I can't
If
tell
I
you
don't
the
use it,
last
I
time I've
delete
used
it.
half of these apps.
Yeah, so like half... I don't... All of the apps that I don't use, I go through and delete because I need the space on my phone.
That's fair. I don't give a fuck about the space. I've never gotten an alert, so just like, I'll download it.
Every other day I get an alert, your space is running out. And it actually, I can't even open my photos and stuff until I go to my settings and my storage and fucking delete shit. It won't even let me open. It just goes, you're out of storage, basically.
See,
So.
you really love that phone. I had almost the same phone. Mine was the S7 Edge, because cool technology. You know me.
Right.
Do you know why I got rid of that? Because I switched to an iPhone a month after buying that.
Really?
Yeah. Because Kevin went and bought the same fucking one.
Oh.
Same color, same phone. It's like, dude, what the fuck? I don't want the same
Now we're gonna
phone.
get all confused.
Right? So I was like, fuck it. I kind of want an iPhone anyways. The camera's better. And that, like, I got that phone, and then I, like, started really focusing on, like, okay, I need to start streaming and recording stuff, so it was like, I need a better camera anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go get the iPhone 7 Plus. And then, like, 6 months later, the iPhone 10 came out. And I was like, fuck, new technology, new camera system. The screen changed from having the giant bezels to being more like this, you know? I was like, well, gotta go upgrade. I bought 3 phones within 7 months. None of them were broken. I just wanted a new phone.
Yeah. See, the only thing that really makes me annoyed about the new phones is you can't fucking find cases like this for them.
Why?
Because they don't hardly make them.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I'm sure they do.
What'd you buy?
It's the S21. It's not the Plus. I didn't get the Plus because I didn't. Really
You didn't
care.
want the giant phone?
I didn't want the bigger phone. I carry my phone with me, so. But
So just the regular S21?
yeah, S21. I didn't get the Plus, and plus the S21 has like what 4 gigs of RAM or something.
I don't know.
Extra gigs of RAM, which that doesn't make much fucking difference for me, for what I do.
Well, I'm seeing a ton of them already, but I'm trying to find.
Well, right,
like,
they
good
make
brands.
cases, but they don't have the full.
No, I've already seen a bunch that do. Is my point. Like, that one's a full all the way around. It's a waterproof case. That one is also a full thing. Just because the shitty Verizon store in the tiny ass town didn't have shit doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I'm gonna basically put a case on from their store for now, and then I'm gonna order one.
Why?
One of those water.
You know what? Actually, I've seen
Because-
the way you treat phones.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty hard on phones. But I know why they want you to do that. They want you to buy the case that they have at the store. Which I'm not saying the cases that they have that go around the backside and shit like that.
If you're buying one from there, get since they don't have the full screen cover setup part, get like when you pick out your case, pick UAG.
I did.
Okay.
Yep. I picked out UAG, and then it comes with the glass screen that goes over the top.
The UAG cases are great.
So I had a UAG case on this phone for a long time, and it was actually
yeah, you did.
It was actually the UAG, the one that was on the phone when I left it on the bumper of my mom's truck, and it slid out and laid in the middle of the highway for 3 hours and got run over repeatedly.
That wasn't even the best one. That phone you also dropped in a puddle off the 4-wheeler.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you drove over it like 10 times trying to find it because it was in the puddle.
Well, I also left this phone and I laid it down. I was up on a sandbar and I laid it down next to my drink.
Yeah.
And the sand gave way and it slid into the river. And it was probably in there for a couple of hours. I could look down and I was like, I couldn't find my phone for the longest time. And at that time, the river was super clear. And after a while, I finally was like, wait a minute, I remember putting my phone there. And I looked down, and it was sitting just like this. And I could see the freaking time and shit on my phone. And it was just sitting there chilling.
That is the one thing I loved about the Edge, though.
Yeah.
Is because I like to lay my phone face down a lot because I don't want to. Like, if I'm out with people, I lay my phone face down because people are snoopy.
Mm-hmm.
But the Edge, because of the way the screen came up the side, if it started, like, ringing while it was laying there, you could see the person's name.
Yeah.
And it would show off a color along the side. Mm-hmm. It was like, that's a cool implementation of that.
Yeah.
I've also realized I like the square phone more. It feels nicer.
Yeah. See, yeah, so the phone that I'm getting is still bigger than this one.
Yeah, everything's big. Well,
so it's going to be like, it's really about the same width, maybe a little bit wider, but
I think it's actually thinner. The new Samsung phones seem
like
so
thinner.
thin.
Yeah, they're thinner.
No, I mean like thinner.
No, they're about the same.
Really?
I held it up just like this. And they're actually actually it's a ever so slightly bigger.
You know
screen,
what phone I really want?
But it's taller.
Samsung makes 2 phones that I really want. I just can't afford them. Because I want to run a second phone, just cuz. But, because I'd like to keep my iPhone, because I do a lot of shit with it.
Like break it?
I've never broke it. It's only like the second time I've ever dropped that phone. Unless it falls out of my fucking pocket. But I don't count that. Because it's like, I didn't drop it.
My pocket dropped it.
Just because they make shorts shitty nowadays.
Right.
But the Samsung Galaxy Fold and the Z Flip, the 2 folding phones that they make, are awesome. What?
Oh, yeah, they do. They make a fold. I was seeing one in the bar yesterday.
They make the one that folds like clamshell style, so the top comes down.
Yeah.
Which, that one's cool. I don't really see the point of that one, though. Like, because it just makes your phone twice as thick in your pocket, so it doesn't save any space. But the Galaxy Fold that is, basically 2 of this phone next to each other that closes down, and you have the third screen right here. That's sick.
I move in on the 16th and 3 p.m. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I seen one. I don't know what the fuck it was though, but it's like it was a phone. It's like this fucking big, and like this wide, and then you could sit there and you could do whatever you wanted, and then you could grab a hold of the screen and twist it.
Oh, the LG. It's the LG.
And then you could like sit there and it's like super good for taking pictures, I guess.
LG flip.
And then it actually has like a keyboard or whatever.
I don't know what it's actually called. Apparently just typing in LG Flippy Boy doesn't help.
Yeah. I wouldn't imagine.
LG's 2-screen phone, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying. Nope, that's not it either. I know what you're talking about. That thing? Yes. The LG Wing?
Yep.
That's a cool looking phone.
It looks awesome.
But no, the Samsung Galaxy Fold, I just love. The fact that Motorola made the Razr again, though, that is the only one of the clamshell phones that I kind of want, just because memories. But no, so the Samsung, it looks
it's
exactly...
only $2,000.
This is the original one. The
Right.
Fold 2 is already out, and the Fold 3 is about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got the screen on the front for when it's closed. You can do normal shit. Then it's like, oh, I want to watch Netflix. Fucking boom, big ass screen. Love it. Love it.
Well, that's pretty cool.
But it's also like, do I really want to spend $2,500 on a phone? So my biggest issue with the Galaxy Fold isn't that the concept of it isn't cool, but it's that it's way too fucking expensive for what it is.
Right, yeah.
Because, sure, you could buy that phone that also kind of acts as a tablet.
Why don't you just go buy a fucking tablet?
But that's
you can buy a phone and a tablet and still be cheaper than that one phone.
That's what I was going to say. Because it doesn't act better as a phone than any other phone Samsung, Apple, or anyone makes.
Right.
It actually is kind of a worse phone. But then it's also kind of a worse tablet than any tab. So it's like, go buy an S21 and a Galaxy
They
Tab.
should implement a thing where you just fold it open and lay it on a table and you could like lay on your bed and watch a movie on your ceiling.
Or be even smarter and go buy the best tablet you can buy, which is an iPad, and then an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Normally, I'm an Apple shill and people don't want to listen to it. For an actual tablet, right now, nothing's close to the iPad. Because it gives you actual, like, laptop-level performance in a tablet, and it's actually a good tablet. Samsung hasn't really been close because they don't really care.
Yeah. They focus more on their phones.
But also, I love Samsung and Apple hate each other. Not really. They're the weirdest two brands.
Well, they use some of the same parts, don't they?
Well, they constantly sue each other. They're constantly suing each other. I think right now Samsung's suing Apple for
Being Apple?
Like, they're very petty lawsuits. Like, very petty. But also, Apple buys their displays from Samsung. So, they're in court, and then when they leave, it's like, fuck you, see you tomorrow.
Right. It's like a toxic work relationship.
Uh-huh. Like, we love each other, but we hate each other. I think it's one of those things where, like, they bully each other, but then if Google tried to come out and bully Apple,
it's like
Samsung
siblings.
Right? Samsung would bully Google. Like,
it's like
no.
my brother and I. We beat the shit out of each other, but when somebody else comes in.
I don't know who you are.
Unknown name. Well, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah. Always, they like the extended warranty. It sucks now. I mean, my truck still wouldn't fall under a warranty anymore anyways, by a long ways. But it's less fun than having, dude, I drive a 2003 Mitsubishi with 200,000 miles on it. The warranty's been up. The extended warranty's been up.
I don't even have a car.
Extended. Yep. I don't even have a car. We've been trying to reach you about your skateboard's extended warranty.
I like the one where this guy, he takes a little tiny freaking speaker and sticks it inside of a big old seashell and goes to to a beach and lays it next to the ocean. These people are walking. And, first thing people do when they pick up a big old seashell like that is put it up to their ear to see if they can hear the ocean.
He presses play, and as soon as they do that, we've been trying to reach you.
Well, no, he actually has a fucking walkie-talkie.
Oh.
And he's like, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. And these people are like, what the fuck? Or sometimes he just goes, oh yeah. And then people drop it like, what the fuck is going on?
The crab was really into it, man. The little hermit crab. Oh,
I love it when you manhandle me or something like that. He did. He had a bunch of them.
I love it when you manhandle me. Oh yeah.
It was fun. It was all fun and games all the way up until the last guy. This old guy walks up, and he picks it up, and he says something into it, and the guy's like he's like schizophrenic or something like that, and it freaked him out. He throws it in the ocean. He just right in the ocean, and they're like, "Whoa, man, what the fuck?"
Okay,
like I didn't know, man.
Dude, I
thought the government was after me.
No, if you're gonna put the speaker in the seashell, you have to expect somebody to chuck it in the fucking ocean.
Well, it's probably a $10 fucking speaker.
Right, but that's all I'm saying is.
But the thing is
pissed
you
off.
might get the seashell back, man. You have to buy another one.
No, you don't. You're at the ocean. Walk for 10 fucking minutes. You're gonna find 170.
You know how hard it is to find a big one? It's actually really hard. I've been to a lot of beaches because people pick them up.
You can buy a speaker that's this fucking big. You don't need the giant fucker.
Well, but nobody picks up a seashell this big, you know, and tries to listen to it. It's all.
I bet you I fucking have.
Yeah, well, it's because you're on crack, okay?
Well, no.
Sometimes I wonder.
No, you don't. Now everybody wonders about you.
Well, that's just because of my last name.
No.
Yes,
No.
I'm determined that is what it is.
No, it's because you do act like you're on crack most of the time.
You
also,
work at Kelly's Bar.
You decide, yeah. You decide if you're gonna move in with Cody yet or not?
Not yet.
Why not?
I didn't get the job.
So?
You
make enough to live on your fucking own, dude.
Why would I go through the hassle of moving?
So you can start to be an adult, not controlled by your parents.
I'm not getting controlled as much now.
Yeah, because you're not home as much. When you're home, you're still under the same control.
Now, you know, I pull this string all the time now. When my parents are like, well, I thought we were going to go to Alan's. You know, Alan invited us over to dinner. It's like, well, I have a volleyball tournament that day, though. Well, Alan invited. It's like, you know what? I make the money in the house now. You guys sit around the house and do your thing.
Oh my god!
I've pulled that a few times. Mom just laughs at me.
Okay,
I totally just did the flip flop thing.
The difference is though, you don't pay the bills.
I could.
You don't pay for shit.
They haven't asked me yet.
They
asked me to pay the bills. I'll fucking pay bills.
All I'm saying is you don't pay for shit.
I'd rather pay bills than fucking gamble.
You do need to stop that shit.
I got my mom fucking hooked on it. It's a bad thing. Like, Mom, you ain't gonna have your $2 million no more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she doesn't have a fucking job, so you're a piece of shit for that.
I just took her gambling one time. It was supposed to be a one-time deal. The only problem is between her and I, she really doesn't need the money and always fucking wins.
Yeah.
I always fucking lose.
Welcome to
Except
gambling.
for today, I made $50.
Welcome to gambling, fuckhead.
Destiny was surprised because she's like, I hit that 150.
Wait, hold the fuck on. The one time I don't go with you to the truck stop, you fucking win. God damn it.
Yeah,
That's like $12 I missed out.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, I mean, it was close though. I put $100 in there, and I was playing Max. Well, you play Max, otherwise you don't win nothing. So I'm playing Max, and I get down to the last 3 spins, and I hit the free spins on it. I got 27 free spins. Out of the 27 free spins, I got $156 or something like that, or $159. If it would have been $160, I'd have cashed out $160 and made $60. But I was at $159, so I sat there and I played it down to $150, and then I cashed out. And Destiny was like, "You cashed out? That shocking,
right? It really is."
I'm like, I'm not that bad of a gambler. I always try to double my money, but when my food was coming, and I was like, I made $50. Good enough. I already spent $210, so I just make something off of the gambling machine to make it not so quite as bad, you know.
Problem is, yeah, you made $50 today, but in your lifetime already, and you've only been gambling for like 6 months now, you've probably lost $700 to $800, and so you're not catching up. You're just falling farther behind. You piece of shit.
As of today, I'm down $490.
Not better.
I mean, I think I've made over $12,000 already.
You know what you could have done with that $490? Bought a PlayStation 5, and you'd actually have had something for your $490.
No, I couldn't. That's $1,500 for a PlayStation 5.
No, it's not. They were literally in stock at GameStop yesterday, you piece of shit.
They were?
Yeah. They've been in stock like a couple of times.
I didn't know this. I will fucking buy a PlayStation.
Get Twitter! You know how I know?
Nobody fucking likes Twitter.
Everyone loves Twitter.
Twitter sucks.
And you know how I know? I follow a guy who the only thing he does is tweet out when consoles and graphics cards are available. So I get a notification. Hey, PS5s are in stock at GameStop. It's like, fuck you, where's the RTX 3080?
Well, my thing is, it's only been, fucking a year since they let the PlayStation 5 out now, so...
Yeah, no,
sorry for not knowing that they are in stock.
And only like 5 people have ever bought them, so...
Yeah, well, so... Except for the rich people. They buy them.
No. No, it's the poor people who bought them and became rich because they bought PlayStation 5. Because the fucking idiots who are paying scalper prices. Don't do that!
Yeah, just don't pay for them, and then they won't fucking scalp anymore. Because guess what? They get stuck with all that fucking money that they paid to pay for these PlayStations.
Okay, it's official. PlayStation 5 has sold 10 million consoles. To fucking who, though? Fuck you, Sony.
Well, 3 people own all 10 million of them.
Whew. That's... Yikes, man.
Yeah, we sold 10 million consoles to fucking a total of 300 people in the world.
Right?
And those 300 people are going to make more money than what you made off of them. You know what's going to happen? People keep paying for those scalper prices. Then PS5's going to be like, well, if people are going to pay $1,000 for a PlayStation, maybe we'll just charge $1,000 for a PlayStation.
Right. Yeah,
Stop doing it.
It's getting nuts, man. I hate it.
Don't buy PlayStations for more than what they were supposed to be.
Right? Okay, I actually have one argument for that. Because, like, for my Xbox, I paid $850 for it. But I got the extra controller, couple of games.
Got the extra stuff. This is just for the PlayStation.
But that's what I'm saying. There's the argument to be made, though, that... Because people are dumb and they'll be like, well, what about the bundles that GameStop sells? It's like, that's still the right price. The other day, I don't know what I was looking at. Like, which console or whatever. It might have been a PS4, honestly. Because I was just looking at how much it... Fuck, allergies. But I was looking at how much it would cost to replace my PlayStation. $250 for a PS4, 2 controllers, and 3 games.
That's
I was
honestly
like,
not that bad.
Fuck, I kind of want to go do that. Maybe it was with... I might have been talking to you, because I asked you, you want to buy me that?
Yeah, and I said, maybe.
Right, because that's a way better price.
But, yeah, the way I look at it is... they're so, like, the PS5, they're charging $500 for a new PS5. It probably cost them $100 to fucking build that thing.
Oh, I mean, think about this phone. Technically, just in parts and shit, it's $120.
Yeah.
Just like your Samsung phone.
Yep.
Technically, what you're paying for is the research and development costs from those companies. Because, let's be honest, Apple probably already has the iPhone 15 ready. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what they're working on. They are constantly that far ahead.
Working out the little kinks.
Well, they have to be that far ahead, because what happens if Samsung tomorrow comes out and's like, oh, look at this really badass thing we did.
Yeah, they have to have something that can top it.
Apple doesn't have to go, oh, well, in 3 years we'll catch up. It's more of a, this is getting moved up to this year, so look at us, fuck you.
Yeah, yeah, checkmate.
Right? Honestly, the other thing is, I love Apple's supply chain, because what is the one company throughout this pandemic who hasn't had the out of stock on anything? Apple.
Right.
They're never out of stock.
I had to order my phone because they're sold out.
But there were iPhones.
There was one iPhone.
Oh, really?
There was one iPhone.
Okay, I think that honestly is just more of a Torrington not buying shit thing.
He says he ships in, 25, 30 phones at a time, and they sell out about as fast as they can fucking sell them.
So, the other thing is, because you said he sold out of...
He's like, you're one of the smarter people I've had come in here. You actually ordered one, and it's going to be here for you. Right. Other people just, oh, well, let me know when you got more in stock. Are you sure you don't want me to order it? No, just let me know when you get another batch in. It's like,
that's a dumb way to
order it, and then come in and pick it up a couple days later.
Yeah. My only argument is if you're going to order it, go buy it through Samsung. Like, buy it through Best Buy where it's cheaper.
Right.
That's my argument. Is like, if you can't get it in the store nearest you, order it yourself because it's going to be cheaper. That's why I order my stuff directly from Apple. Also, when you order directly from Apple, they send you a gift card like, hey, thanks for being a great customer. And then you get to buy accessories for your phone for fucking free. So, I like free shit. So
yeah. Yep.
which it's not really free. I mean, I paid $3,500 in Apple products in the last year, and I got, $50 worth of free shit. But it's like, okay,
well, that's $50 worth of shit that you
right. It's like that
didn't
car
have
mount,
to get.
that car mount that I just bought for my truck. I wouldn't have bought it if I wouldn't have had those gift cards and got it for free. Like, it does make a difference. And Apple's definitely not losing money on that, because they also know. The other thing they do know is by sending those gift cards, it makes you want to buy more stuff from them again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
They know what they're doing.
I'm never going to switch completely away from Apple, but I'll also never switch completely away from Android or Windows either.
Right.
I'm just a tech guy, and that confuses people. Because you have to have your favorite brand, and you have to shill for it. No, you've seen me come out and call Apple out for being a shitty company.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I will call out Microsoft or anybody. I don't care.
Well,
I
everybody's
just want
got
tech to
their
be
pros
good.
and cons.
Right.
Everything out there has its pros and cons. There's nothing out there that's, this thing's just fucking perfect.
And you have to figure out what's best for a specific person.
Right. Do you want a better camera system?
Right. Like, a Samsung is not the best at anything. They just aren't. But that's the point. They're second, third, or fourth at everything. So, overall, they're really good. It's just like Apple. Apple's only the best at one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're close enough to the top and everything else that it's like, yeah, an iPhone's probably the best phone. Or close.
But see, for me, it's like, I use my phone for, a lot of random shit.
Because, like,
and I don't need them to be spectacular at any of them.
Right.
So I just get the set. See, this is the whole difference. This is the whole reason I won't go to Apple.
You'd have to relearn
I'd have to relearn how to use it.
Because it's a whole different system.
I've done Android my entire life.
Yep. And that's
ever since my first fucking little flip phone, it was an Android.
Honestly, and that's a decent reason to not switch.
The camera systems aren't on them, for me, don't make that much of a difference between, I use this thing for a fucking camera. Right. To me, this is a good camera, except although I do notice pixelation.
I was going to say on your TikToks, you
but
definitely
that's because it's not as clear as it used to be, because I got massive ass fucking scratches going across my
The other thing
lens.
is, like, you can tell on TikTok, especially on TikTok, you can tell when a person uses an iPhone or an Android phone. Honestly, most of that is it's easier for a developer to optimize for Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Because Apple technically supports 6 phones right now, I think. The 4 iPhone 12s, and then the iPhone, maybe the XR, and then the iPhone, the SE. Fuck. So, like, 6 phones. For Android, because the optimization just goes to Android. Samsung doesn't have their own operating system. These companies don't have their own shit. There are thousands of phones you're trying to optimize for. So it's like Apple, you can really hone in the optimization. Whereas with Android, you can't as much.
Mm-hmm.
So most apps are probably going to run better on Apple. And that has nothing to do with Apple being better. That just has something to do with there's less fucking phones. It's easier to make sure shit works. Which, honestly, should be Apple's tagline. Apple. It just works. It just does. You plug it in, it fucking works. That's all there is to it. But, I honestly wish, like, they do some shitty things. This iMac. Beautiful 5K display, right? That's better than most people's TVs. When the graphics card and the CPU inside this either die or are no longer good enough, I cannot use it as a monitor. That's fucking stupid.
That sucks.
I should be able to keep this, use it as a second monitor, buy another one, and then have them both running off the new computer.
Right.
Because it's such a good fucking display. Again...
Well, they probably did that on purpose so that you have to buy a new one.
You have to... But that... I hate e-waste. I want to be able to use shit as long as possible.
Right.
Like,
because everything else is good in it. You just have a few things that go bad in it that are important.
It's like, the display will last forever. Why can't I keep using it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so good. The display on that is better than both of these monitors. Combined, even.
Right.
Well, for certain things. Like, it wouldn't be a better gaming monitor, but that's because these are gaming monitors and this is like a workstation grade.
Mm-hmm.
I need to video edit, color accuracy edit. It's great for that type of shit.
Yeah.
I know, lots of words that mean nothing to you. Fair.
I'm not the tech guy. I'm just here to talk.
But, I mean, right now, my biggest issue is, like, the reason I didn't get hired at either of the Verizon stores was because I said I liked Apple better than Android. Even when they ask, well, are you going to try to push people towards Apple? It's like, no, you figure out what works best for them. But that didn't matter because the people who run those stores want you to be pushing Samsung. It's like, I'm not going to push Samsung on somebody who it wouldn't work for. If you come in and say, I take a lot of videos, what's the best video camera? I'm not going to give you a fucking Samsung. I'm just not.
Well,
if all you care about is what is the best camera, I'm giving you an iPhone because it's the best.
Right.
Google Pixel is better for photos. I'm not giving anyone a Google Pixel unless they specifically ask for it. It's a shitty phone built around a great camera. I won't do it. I can't. It physically pains me that exists.
Well, see, I would have just told him that I own both.
Right.
I own both. Honestly, I can't choose whether one is better than the other one.
Right.
That's what I would have told him. Then they
See,
can't really bitch about it.
My thing is, I was just trying to be honest, because that's what you're supposed to fucking do, but it was a problem, apparently.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, we don't really like Apple here. It's like, I don't give a fuck what you don't like, just because you're the boss. That doesn't matter to me. I'm sorry, your issue with Apple is just that they're Apple and it's trendy to hate them. Just like people's issue with, like, Nickelback. Oh, Nickelback fucking sucks. It's like, not really. You just want to be cool and trendy and hate on them. That's all it is. Apple's the biggest company in the world. That's why it's a problem. Mm-hmm. But you know why they're the biggest company in the world? Because they can do some shit correctly. They do shit well, in some cases. The other biggest thing for me is having my phone and my laptop and my computers all sync together. Because Samsung doesn't make an actual computer. The laptops that they make are ass.
Yeah.
They've never made a high-end laptop either, really. It's all lower-end stuff, so it's ass. And then the Galaxy Tab isn't terrible, but I also don't understand the point of most tablets. Because they're just basically a big phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the iPad, at least with the Apple Pencil, is like a really good drawing tablet.
Right.
Basically.
Like, so, I got a customer, he has a stoma and he can't talk. So the way he communicates is he carries around the fucking tablet and he just writes down what he wants to say on that tablet. And he used to carry around a dry erase board and have several fucking markers on him because at the end of the night he'd run out of fucking ink in one of the markers or whatever.
Yeah.
So this tablet was easier for him. He could just, and he's really good at writing upside down. Drives me nuts. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? He just sits there and he'll just upside down.
Or like the people who can read upside down.
I can read upside down.
I can't.
I can't write upside down to save my ass. I fucking put an E backwards or...
Yeah, I can't.
Like, I can do it if I do it slowly, but he's just like... full fucking paragraph worth of shit in like 3 seconds. And I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you do that.
Well, if you have to do it.
Yeah,
you learn quick.
He's been doing it for probably 30 years now. So
you learn. At this point, he's great. He probably wasn't at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was probably something where originally he'd like write and normally, but then he'd go home. He
really didn't take much time to learn sign language. Like, he knows sign language, but he just assumed just fucking write because nobody knows sign language.
Right?
But okay, I know, honestly, I know, thank you, all that shit.
To me, sign language is something you should have to learn.
I think so too. Instead of fucking cursive, how about everybody learn sign language?
Because I feel like sign language is way more useful. Because the other thing is, you can teach sign language to everyone, including people who don't speak English, and there's the common form of communication. So you're never stuck in the I can't communicate with you. Mm-hmm. How do I talk? Where you'd have sign language, and most people talk with their fucking hands.
You can sit over there and... If everything's too loud and we can't hear each other, we can sit there and have a fucking conversation with our hands.
Right? It's nuts. Gotta start doing that shit.
We can sit here and trash talk people that don't know sign language.
Right? Fucking idiots. Don't know sign language. So, did you see the things about Simone Biles?
Oh, the gymnast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She pulls out of
Gymnastics? Yeah, I
everything
watched her last night.
to focus on her mental health. The motherfuckers that are attacking her for that.
They are attacking the shit at her. I'm like, do you realize the amount of pressure?
No, my biggest thing. It's not even the pressure. Do you realize the amount of shit this woman has gone through? Including, let's not talk about the entire sexual assault thing that happened in the last 2 Olympics she was at.
Right.
Which, yeah, that's fucked up. Let's also talk about, in these games, she hasn't been given the scores she should because the things she is doing, no one else can do. And we can't give her the scores for that because we don't want other people to try them. That's not how competition works.
If she is doing something that no one else can,
she won. It's done.
No one's better than her.
I'm sorry. She's the best in the world.
That is the point of the Olympics.
Right.
It's not to be the same thing as everybody else, but do it better. No, it's...
Well, we don't.
I'm going to innovate and make things better.
The craziest thing is, the people have said, we don't want other people trying what she's doing because they will die.
Yeah, they'll break their fucking
It's
neck.
like, then you should be giving her a perfect score every time because nobody else can do what she's doing. That's incredible. And I'm sorry, if you know you are doing something better than everyone else in the world and you're not getting the credit for it, yeah, that's gonna take a toll on you mentally. And I'm sorry to all the motherfuckers who are sitting out here saying, mental health issues aren't real. You can kindly get fucked, cunt. Actually, unkindly get fucked.
I was about to say, I wouldn't even spit on it first.
Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I've dealt with enough shit that if you say mental health issues aren't a real thing, you're automatically just fucking stupid to me. Like, you are no longer a valid human being.
Like, I remember how I felt before just fucking high school fucking football games. I couldn't imagine how I would feel. It was like my first fucking NFL game or some shit. That has to be fucking nerve-wracking as hell. The whole fucking world's watching you. Like, it's even worse than the NFL because not everybody's watching you. When it comes to the Olympics, the whole world is watching you.
Yep.
I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I have the mental strength to be able to realize, okay, if I fuck up and embarrass myself, the whole world's gonna know about it.
Yeah, the other fucked up thing is she ended her press conference talking about it by saying, "We hope America still loves us." America doesn't love anything. This country fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Everything about... I'm done.
I would say everything about the country sucks, but there's a lot of shit that needs to be addressed.
Oh, Jesus. I just about chucked my phone. Yeah, I don't... I'm not cool with the way people have acted about it.
Yeah.
The Pierce Morgan, I don't know. Stupid cunt guy.
Well, I'd seen a lot. Well, she's a disgrace to America.
Yeah.
Like, no, she's just a human being.
Right. I'm trying to see where that first tweet he put out was. You can either listen to Snowflake Twitter, Simone Biles, or listen to me. You're a great champion, and great champions get back on their feet when they get knocked down. See, his first tweet actually wasn't that bad. It actually was like, oh, I just lost it again. Fuck! But his first tweet was just more of a, you got knocked down, cool, get back up, that's what you do. But then, she's not the GOAT because she's a quitter, He's... There was also the guy who called her a trying to think of the first word he used. I totally lost it. Like a sociopath and just super weak, gutless, spineless, disgrace to America. It's like there are certain points to me where it's like certain people shouldn't be allowed to say words.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I've never actually experienced any hardship in my life, so I think I know what I'm talking about. No, sit the fuck down.
Yeah. Have you ever been in the Olympics?
I'm
no.
Have you
Okay,
ever,
shut up.
My biggest thing is, have you ever experienced any hardship ever?
Right.
Ever. Like, have you ever been dirt poor? For dinner, you're eating a ketchup and mustard sandwich, you know, because you have a slice of bread and ketchup and mustard. That's all that's in your house.
You had ketchup and mustard? Lucky.
It was expired.
Well, even better. It's marinated.
Oh, fuck.
The mold, extra substance.
Slept in a closet under the stairs. You had a closet, all I had was a dishwasher box. You had a dishwasher?
You want to trade?
Yeah.
It's like just like trading school lunches. Oh shit! I don't know.
My entire childhood was made up of brownie mix and clown porn. Deadpool?
Oh.
That whole
Yeah.
scene between him and Vanessa.
I was like, where
yeah.
the fuck have I heard that before?
Yeah. Brownie mix and clown porn.
Some good brownie mix.
You're touched by your uncles.
Oh.
Oh god. Yeah, but the Simone Biles thing pisses me off. Also, they finally have skateboarding at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
No actual professional skateboarders showed up. Also, you can tell NBC has no clue how to film skateboarding. Because if you watch it, 90% of the time the skateboarder's out of frame.
Mm-hmm.
Or they fuck up a trick. Like they have this big rail that they're trying to grind. They only catch the last 2 centimeters of it. And what a trick. It's like, no, NBC, that was actually awful.
was
I
awful.
could do that.
You should have. No, you think that was bad? You should have been sitting in a bar full of old people watching that shit.
Oh, they were watching the skateboarding?
Wow!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
And you were sitting there like...
I'm going.
You were
Just did a kickflip. I mean,
You were like, I've literally seen Chandler do that, and he weighs 300 pounds. This isn't impressive.
or they wipe out. Oh shit, that hurt. They get right up. Oh goddamn, how the hell did they get right back up? I'm like, I bet they fell about 4 trillion times.
If you ride
in the
a
last
skateboard,
3
you're
days.
down at least a couple times a day.
But I sat there. I'm like, this is the Olympics.
Well,
Go big or go home. They're just fucking skating down
you know
the
the other
goddamn
issue,
rail.
though? The X Games are happening right now, too. So why would you be at the Olympics, where you
Right.
know most people don't care, where the X Games is totally about this? Like, they're here for... Also, did you see the 12-year-old kid who did a 1080 in front of Tony Hawk? So Tony Hawk before it did a 960. So it had the longest like in-air flip or whatever, and he did it in front of Tony Hawk. It's like, dude, that kid's 12 years old. That's fucking nuts.
The next Tony
He should
Hawk.
be at the fucking Olympics.
Yeah.
Or even Tony Hawk, I bet he'd be doing better than all those fuckers.
Oh
even
yeah,
at
yeah,
50.
yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, the Olympic skateboarding's just been trash. Also, I love how Russia's banned from the Olympics, but there are so many Russian athletes at the Olympics.
Well, they're
It's the
they're
Russian-
the Republic or whatever the
No,
fuck.
The ROC or whatever now.
Yep.
And it's like, I get it. You can't ban the athletes who did nothing wrong. That's fucked up. But why say you've banned Russia then? Just ban the specific athletes.
Right, right.
And make sure you enforce the testing. Which apparently they've been doing, because how many fuckers are banned because of smoking weed? Which is still a big issue.
Well, see now they give you a 30-day period. They don't ban you now.
Well, they banned that one bitch.
Right, because she was within a 30-day period or whatever. Now, if you get
drug tested and you come back positive, you have like a 30-day period, and then they drug test you again, and if you come back negative, then
My
you're
thing
fine.
is, you can tell what they pop for. Weed is not a performance-enhancing
that's
drug.
the thing. That's the whole thing to me. I was like, if anything, it would make you worse.
Right?
It's not
Like,
performance enhancing in any way, shape, or form.
my
It's
big-
legal in half the fucking
Right.
country.
And in a
In
lot
most
of other countries.
it's legal. I don't understand the fucking problem.
So it's like, what I don't understand is all the people that are, well, she knew the rules.
Well, yeah, but not every rule out there is a good fucking rule.
Right? I love just like when you're talking about, whether you believe all cops are bad, not all cops are bad, whatever you want to believe.
Right.
Well, just don't break the law. And the people telling you that are currently breaking the law while they're telling you that. It's like,
Oh, yeah, they're fucking sitting there driving on their phone or fucking texting on their phone telling
Right?
you this shit while they're driving. Don't break the law.
you're in Wyoming and they're smoking weed while talking about it. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
There's so many hypocrites.
You're
these days.
always going to be you're probably always going to be doing something.
My thing
like
is, I hate
hypocrites.
hypocrites.
Yep.
I hate hypocrites, and I try so very hard not to be a hypocrite. If I do something that I've shunned somebody else for doing, and I do it myself, and I realize that I've done it,
Yeah.
I feel like an asshole. And
Yep.
I literally tell myself, "You're being a hypocrite. Don't be a fucking hypocrite, you
Right.
idiot."
Yeah, I don't like being a hypocrite.
I don't like hypocrites. It's just,
I mean, everybody does certain stuff at a point where it's like,
well, it's just so self-condescending. Like
yeah,
I hate it. I hate it so much.
being a hypocrite is terrible. Like you'll never see me representing a brand on this channel that I don't love, and then tomorrow me going, yeah, this episode of the podcast is sponsored by the Google Pixel. It's like, literally last week you were telling us how shitty the Google Pixel was. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't waste your money on a Google Pixel. Actually, the biggest issue isn't that it's a terrible phone, but it's they're charging iPhone prices for a phone that's not close.
Right.
Except for just the camera, but not the video portion of the camera, just like taking standstill
still photo.
photos, which it's not so much better that like it's maybe I should consider. It's not that much better. We should probably wrap this up though.
Yep, I
I
gotta
got
go
about
take a nap before a cornhole tournament.
I was gonna say I've got about half an hour to get ready to record last week's podcast if you're watching this. So
Yep.
yeah. Also, I need to turn my air conditioner on. It's
getting warm in here.
All right, but
He's breathing too hard.
no, that's the allergies.
Oh.
But thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Get out of the way.